What's up, everybody? It's Trey Smith, one half of the Blue Bloods College GameTime podcast. And man, if you are a fan of college football, you should be tuned in to the Liberty Bowl coming up here in the next week or so when Texas Tech takes on Mississippi State. It's the first matchup with Mike Leach against the Red Raiders since they got rid of him over a decade ago. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. That game means something to Mike Leach. That bowl may not mean anything to anybody else. It may just be a meaningless participation trophy like every other bowl game that's not in the CFP. However, I'm telling you right now, Mike Leach is going to try and hang 100 on Texas Tech if he can. All right, what I have here today, since nobody nowadays reads anymore, is a book that Mike Leach wrote a little while ago, probably over a decade ago maybe at this point. I think that's when I first read it. And he talked about his dismissal from Texas Tech. What I found interesting about this, that a lot of people don't know unless you've read this book, is that Tech was trying to get Mike Leach out before any of that drama happened between him and the player. And he talks about it in this book when he says, the events that led to my dismissal from Tech at the end of 2009 actually began before the 2008 season. And essentially they go on to get into some negotiations, and then Tech goes ghost on them. They just go ghost. And so Mike Leach is like, what's going on? His agent reaches out to the AD at the time. It's obviously a new AD now. But the athletic director at the time sends the agent, Mike Leach's agent, a letter and says, we're not planning to do anything at this time. We encourage Coach Leach to find another job. Well, if you're a fan of college football, you remember that the 2008 season for the Texas Tech Red Raiders was quite the memorable one. They won 11 games. They had College Game Day come to Lubbock twice, I believe, and they upset the number 1 Texas Longhorns. In fact, I think everybody, no matter who your team is, was a fan of Texas Tech in 2008. That was the Graham Harrell, Michael Crabtree year. Mike Leach and the Pirate stuff all started really like becoming a national storyline. Well, I guess everybody but Texas Longhorn fans. But anyways, you know, if you cheer for college football, you were cheering for the Red Raiders that year. And that's when I think everyone was a little shocked when basically a season later, Mike Leach is getting dismissed. And he talks about in the book how it all stems from he got suspended from coaching the Alamo Bowl simply for not signing a confession that he mistreated a player because he didn't feel like he mistreated a player. A lot of politics got involved, a lot of political things, and the powers that be type story. And essentially, he got forced out. In fact, a funny part of the story, the player's position coach, who got a voicemail from that player's father that kind of started this whole sequence of events between Mike Leach and this player that ended up getting him dismissed, that positions coach was none other than Lincoln Riley. I just found that interesting. Tech didn't just fire him. They made sure that his name was blemished on the way out. And he's still, I think, in a lot of Red Raiders, in a lot of the Red Raiders fan base, is still like their guy. I think Tech fans still cheer for Mike Leach wherever he goes. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be cheering for him in the bowl game, but keep an eye on this. Because I don't care what Mike Leach says or if he's downplaying it or whatever. This guy has had this game marked since that day in 2009 when he was let go. And I wouldn't be shocked if he goes into this bowl game trying to score 70, 80, 90. He might try to go for 100 if he can. Now, that's a little extreme. That's a little dramatic. I don't know what the actual matchup is. I've watched Mississippi State play this year quite a bit, and I know they've got a team that can put points up on the board. But as far as Texas Tech is concerned, I'm not real sure. I know they fired their coach midseason. I know Sonny Cumbie is coaching the bowl game, which might be Tech's only saving grace because that's a former quarterback of Mike Leach when he was the coach at Tech. But I know Texas Tech just brought in a phenomenal coach, a former high school coach in the state of Texas, Joey McGuire from Cedar Hill, actually, in the DFW area, won some state championships when he was there, went to be an assistant coach at Baylor. Now he's at Tech, hiring a great staff. I think he's going to do great things at the university. I know none of the coaching staff, none of the administration, none of the athletic administration, academic administration, the chancellor. I think it's all new people anyways at the university from when all that drama went down with Leach. But I don't care. I'm telling you right now, this is Mike Leach's one chance that he may never get again, that he wasn't sure if he would ever get, to take vengeance, to feel some sort of vindication. I mean, just in the last year, he talked about the university still owes him money from that contract. And there was just a lot of drama beyond the situation that happened between him and the player. And if you're a college football fan, you need to watch that game. Plain and simple. All right, please hit subscribe. I'm Trey Smith. As I've already said, one half of the Blue Bloods College Game Time podcast. You are on the Blue Bloods College Game Time, Blue Bloods CGT YouTube channel. We drop fresh college sports content every single day. Please subscribe.